Gonna remember to record. Let's go, let's go. Andrea B back in the house. Gloria back in the house. Day 2. Oh, so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Andrea and Amy, we're letting people in. Risa, you're always welcome to let those people in the room. Aaliyah too, and I'm so excited for day 2. Let's make sure we've got the view right. Yes, we do. I want to change my view here and move and groove, make this small so I can hopefully see everybody's beautiful faces. Yes, yes. If you're on Zoom, I really do love seeing your face. It's fun just to see the expressions and the responses and the interaction. And if you're watching the replay, you can make your fun expressions and send energy my way. I'll be picking it up somehow. You're always welcome to reach out. If you're watching the replay, make sure you know that as long as you are registered for this workshop, you have concierge support. You can text us. You've got the workbook, right? We're going to be adding extra resources in the link here on Zoom. Come, enjoy. And at any point, you're always welcome to reach out to your concierge support. That is Aaliyah and Raisa is available. Krista's available. You've got a whole team. Okay, so I'm going to put in the chat at any point if you're like, what is it again? The phone number and the email address. There. Good. You're always welcome to text that number or email and ask your questions. Okay, so welcome back to pause. We all get to take a pause, especially if we're in the pause, the perimenopause, the menopause. And whether this is your first time joining me or you've been part of this journey for a while, I'm Maraya Brown, and I'm so glad you're here. I've devoted my life, literally 25 years, to helping ambitious, powerful women like you tap into your full vitality and create lives filled with vibrancy and alignment. I'm a board certified nurse practitioner. If you know what a certified nurse midwife is, that's me. I did my training at Yale. And over the years, I've had the privilege of studying and collaborating with some of the brightest minds in functional medicine. Ironically, IFM, the Institute of Functional Medicine, was founded here in my hometown. And the physician that started it was the one that caught me when I was born. Moved away for 20 years and came back and got to study with them. So, some of the brightest minds with functional medicine, hormonal health, holistic well being, right? I've witnessed the transformative power of what's possible when women stop simply surviving and begin to really thrive, when they step into their truest and most radiant selves. And I have seen so many examples of it. And you're going to hear some of those stories and examples in the midst of this workshop. If you go to the replay page that's emailed to you, those testimonials are real, raw, authentic women. If you listen to the testimonials, please send them love and congratulations as they share their personal journeys, right? And my expertise isn't just academic, it's also deeply personal. I'm a mom of 3. They're 12, 10, and 7. I'm a wife. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a CEO. I'm a founder and someone who's navigated the highs and lows of health and life myself. I know the relentless pace that you are likely moving at. And I also know how easy it is to lose connection with our body, with our energy, with our desire. And I know what it takes to reclaim them as well, both from my own experience and also I've been in the online space since 2018, supporting women all over the world. So for years, I've said that I midwife women through chapters of change, 17 years actually attending births. And so much of what I learned attending births, I apply every day. I helped couples conceive, have healthy pregnancies, beautiful birth experiences, and supported them through those precious postpartum months. And of course, I've worked in federally funded clinics and private practices and functional medicine centers, and I've spearheaded international health projects in Central America, West Africa, and Haiti, touching thousands of lives across multiple continents. And also through my courses and programs and retreats. Maybe you've listened to my podcast, The Women's Vibrancy Code. I've helped women reclaim their energy, sleep deeply, improve their relationships, rediscover their libido, and align with their purpose, and much, much more. Team, there's people in the waiting room. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And beyond all of that, I'm here because I care deeply about your journey. If you're here and you've shown up, I honor that because we all live very full and productive lives. You know, there's about 300 of you registered. If you're watching the replay, I honor your time and how you're dedicating it and how you're setting boundaries. If you're here on Zoom, love it. Love the interaction. Love, go ahead right now, put in the chat, where are you joining from? And we can start that interaction because this isn't just about giving you more information. It's about creating also true transformation. And so think of me as like your orthopedist for broken bones, right? But instead of a broken arm, it's the pieces of your health, right? The what's broken in your vitality and joy that have been neglected and set aside for too long. So we've got more Canada, a couple from Canada, Olympia, and yes, where y'all from? Missouri, Oregon. Yes, yes. And I see Lance coming in the room. It looks like there's a couple men. So a lot of this content is specifically focused on women, but for the men that are coming in the room, I do work with men as well. It's just one-on-one. It's never in a group setting. And a lot of men end up sending me their wives, and some of the women end up sending me their husbands. It's how it works. Um, take a breath and just say welcome. Welcome to day 2, right? I have a jam-packed hour for you. And like I said, your vitality isn't passive. Yes to learning, and also yes to active participation. Because the more active you can be, turn off all the noise, be present, have your pen and paper, hopefully you have your workbook printed out. The more active your participation can be, the more likely you're going to convert to potent application and increase the chance of you really taking steps that actually equate to real change. This is not just one more thing that you don't take action on in your health. My hope is it's not just more information, but we get to really unpack, especially as the days progress, really unpack specific action steps that you can start taking now. Yep. Okay, so who's okay feeling fine?
No.
No. I love it. Who wants to feel vibrant, spectacular, on fire? Right, put
Definitely.
me. Yeah, put me. Thank you. Put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. If you want to feel vibrant, spectacular, on fire, me. Yes, me. Yes, me. Totally. Right? Hopefully everybody has their workbook. If you don't have your workbook, put in the chat workbook. It's been emailed to you. Check your spam, check your promotion folder. We can get it to you. But right now, I don't want you to get too distracted. If you don't have it right now, make sure you have pen and paper. And I can put once again the email address and the text message. You can always, as long as you are registered for this workshop, every step of the way, you've got that support, right? You can always reach out. And so today we get to focus on the 6 key areas that, when addressed, will abolish fine. Okay. And move you into feeling absolutely vibrant. Okay. We're talking about vitality. And there's really 6 areas that I see that keep women in fine. Remember, yesterday we kind of unpacked fine is that 4-letter word. We're not looking for fine. We don't want belly up to status quo. We want spectacular. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that for those of you that don't have your workbook with you, and we'll pull it up. Where is it? Here. Not here. That's further in the workbook. A sneak peek into what we're getting into. Obviously, that's going to be so fun. I love that day. Here, this piece. Okay. I want to move this out of the way so I can see everybody, and this out of the way. So there's 6 main areas that keep women in fine, and if addressed, will transform a woman's life to feeling absolutely vibrant. Okay. So vibrancy is in the middle. We've got energy, we've got hormones, we've got libido, we have confidence, we have vision, and we have community, right? All relevant, all important. Yep. So imagine a woman. Can everybody still see that screen? put in the chat if everybody can see the screen. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay, cool. So imagine a woman who walks into a room and radiates energy, right? It's not about her waistline, her handbag, or her makeup. It's her glow. That magnetic gives me chills when I say it. The unmistakable glow comes from within, right? It's the glow of a woman who's vibrant, alive, deeply connected to her health, her energy, and her life. But if we get real, how often do we settle for fine? Right? Fine isn't enough. Exhaustion, brain fog, waking up more tired than when we went to bed. It chips away at our dreams and our confidence and our relationships. And deep down, we know it and we feel it, right? So if we allow ourselves to kind of unpack this, we go, okay, our hormones and our energy are the foundation. They fuel everything else. And when they're optimized, your body feels safe and strong and vibrant. But when they're out of balance, it's like running a marathon on empty, right? You're going to end up with cramps and won't make it to the finish line. The exhaustion bleeds into your confidence, into your relationships, into your creativity, and it dims your connection to your partner, to yourself, to your community, to your loved ones. And it's not just about libido, it's about feeling truly alive and turned on by life itself. So I often say I help women feel turned on by their life, their lover, and themselves, right? Libido can be, sometimes we put it in a specific bucket and we can make it be so much more expansive, right? I put confidence on here. It doesn't come from how you look, it's how you feel inside. So hormonal imbalances and mood swings and weight gain, these aren't just inconveniences. They're signs that something's off. And when you reclaim your health, your confidence follows. You move through the world with that inner glow, the powerful, authentic, magnetic you, right? I'll look in the chat. Yeah, I'm seeing yes. Okay, good. Share screen again just so we can keep you guys on your toes. See what I'm talking about. Right? We have this visual. And if you look down, we can abolish the 6 main areas that keep a woman in fine. And if addressed, will transform a woman's life to feeling absolutely vibrant. So you have space here in your workbook to go, what's the broader effect? So as I'm saying these things and I'm kind of pointing out the domino effect, the ripple effect, this space is for you to really write down, all right, what's the broader effect if my hormones are off on my energy, on my confidence, on my community, on my libido, on my vision? And allow yourself to really see this kind of interconnectedness because it's relevant, right? I mentioned confidence. It's not how you look, once again, it's from the inside. Our community, it matters. The people around you impact your energy and your dreams. Are you choosing a community that uplifts you, believes in you, and supports your growth? Or are you drained by trying to meet everyone else's needs? Especially if your hormones are out of whack and you don't have energy. You've got a lot less energy to set boundaries and to really step into your power in finding that community and engaging in the community in the way that you really want to, and to receive from the community. On the last day, we'll talk about receivership to really get clear on what do I need and how do I receive it. And with vitality, you can set boundaries, like I said, that are deep and you can engage authentically, right? Vibrant women attract vibrant communities. And when your health and vitality align, then what? Right? When your health and vitality align, your vision expands. Suddenly, you're not just surviving, you're dreaming. The lights turn on. Oh, I've got energy. I'm surrounded by community. My confidence is coming up. And you see possibilities. You set bigger goals and create a future filled with passion and purpose. You know, you're no longer stuck in the noise of quote unquote fine or just like getting by. You get to be thriving. So here's the truth. Without your health, everything else is diminished. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much success you have, no matter how amazing your relationship is, the children that you're pouring everything into, Without your health, what do you have? You can't show up fully for your career, your relationships, your family. And what examples are we setting for our children when we live half alive? They watch what we do, not what we say. Research is now showing that our children simply mirror our nervous systems until they're as much as 28 years old. That means when we are exuding self care and confidence and fulfillment and health, they get to mirror that. And when they see us choose vibrancy, they learn to prioritize their well being too. So I get to say, what's it going to be? Staying in fine or stepping into the glow that comes from deeply prioritizing yourself? We get to break the pattern that so far has left you stuck in survival mode. And we get to reclaim your vitality and your energy and your passion, right? And the foundation starts here: your health, your hormones, your energy. So I really wanted to start out just with a bang and go, this is important. You can see how everything is interconnected. And I've got Katie on, so I want to make sure I can bring her up because I know, Katie, you've got a certain time frame. But I just want to say I was speaking in front of maybe 500 people and I showed this graphic and someone raised their hand and said, why do you put vision on there? Why do I put vision on there? Because our vision is stunted when we don't have the other pieces. And when we do have those pieces, our vision is alive, right? So let's bring Katie on. Aaliyah, there she is, Katie. Spotlight for everyone. And then let's spotlight myself. Hi, Katie.
Hello, hello.
Add spotlight. There we go. Letting other people know. Hi. So good to see you. Okay, so really quick, everybody. This is Katie Chapman.
Hi.
Katie she's got her master's as a dietitian. She's an award-winning registered dietitian and nutritionist with over 13 years of experience transforming lives through nutrition. When I hired her, we had a good probably 3 to 4 month courting process. And I had interviewed many dietitians ahead of time. And we really made sure that we are on the same page, right? I bring in some of the best in their lane, so to speak. So she is our amazing team dietitian that support all of our clients with the Women's Vibrancy Accelerator Trifecta and the Women's Vibrancy Code. You're going to learn more about what those are as we progress through this workshop, but just know if you say yes, you get to receive with her. And she has a focus on functional nutrition. She bridges the gap between gut health, hormonal health, and overall well-being. And Katie began her career as a lead dietitian with hands-on clinical experience. I love reading your bio, Katie. And now works with industry leaders to improve understanding of
Mhm.
personalized nutrition. She literally has flown all over the world to teach clinicians. And guess what? One of her specialties is gut health. We all know that second brain. She's a national speaker, published author, and a recipient of prestigious awards from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And outside of work, Katie loves hiking and experimenting in the kitchen. Okay, so Katie, let's get right into it because I know
Hello.
we've got a certain amount of time. I often hear you say food is medicine, but that
Wow.
can sometimes feel overwhelming for people. So I'm wondering, can you just share an example of how making simple, intentional changes to nutrition can really impact someone's health?
Sure, sure. I think that absolutely you're right. It can feel overwhelming because we think we have to do every single thing all at once. And we can actually take just little components of nutrition and feel much better. So, for example, I always think like greens, adding in a cup of greens every single day can increase your detoxification and also support your hormones. And so, just over time, that one little cup of greens, which is like the size of your fist, can make a huge impact. I
Yeah.
always like the adding part and then also maybe the taking away part. Gluten's one that's really, really inflammatory. So by consciously looking into that and taking that out in just 3 months, that can completely get out of your system. But definitely, I have had many of my clients just of removing that feel so much better in like 3 weeks. So just with intentional thoughts around nutrition can make a huge difference on how your body can do its processes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gosh, I remember when I cut out gluten, I went in kicking and screaming. I was like, But wow, what a difference it made.
Mhm.
And I think especially when we look at functional tests and you can say, look,
Mhm.
based on this data, right, from your saliva, your poop, your
Mhm.
urine, your blood,
Yep.
you can say, here, this is why. And I think for many people, it really makes a difference. And I see Stephanie, she's got a
Yeah.
call with you next week, and she says she can't wait to
Oh,
work with you.
awesome.
Okay. We started talking about the 6 areas that keep a woman in fine, two of which are hormones and energy. And then there's the
Mhm.
connection between the gut microbiome and hormonal health. I have not touched on that yet, but we all know it's a game changer for many women. So
Mhm.
I'm curious if you would just touch on what are some of the signs that someone's gut health may be affecting their hormones, their energy, their libido, and how can addressing the gut create a ripple effect in overall health?
Mhm. So definitely when we think of just gut health, some of the things I just kind of casually think of in terms of digestion and what that feels like. So if we're having any pain, abdominal pain, our bowel movements are off, meaning we lean a little constipated or we lean more loose, bloating, gas, if we feel like our food is just sitting in there, those are all kind of signs that your gut health could be off. Now, to connect that with the hormonal kind of picture here is that your gut is actually the last part of hormonal breakdown. So it's a major kind of detoxification highway for those hormones. So if someone feels like they have energy changes or drops even throughout the day or after they eat, then sorry about that, my little alarm here.
I
But
didn't hear it.
okay, good. It went in my ears and not yours. Great, good.
Okay.
So but if we're experiencing energy drops throughout the day, a feeling of just kind of like meh or blah, or I even look at PMS symptoms. So severe cramping, potentially like heavy bleeding during your period, um, or even kind of more of a bloating or significant kind of bloating before your period, you can kind of connect some changes around
Mhm.
your cycle. And that is just such a ripple effect. Your gut is where your couple of major things, I could speak all day about the gut, but
I
major
know.
things with the
It's
gut, right? We have
well,
absorption of nutrients,
hmm
immune function.
Yep.
Start.
Yep. 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 And not tomorrow, but the next day, we'll talk
Yeah,
about what we absorb
awesome.
and assimilate and detoxify is really what we become.
Hmm.
Um, and I also want to point out that sometimes someone can have a gut dysbiosis, let's say, an imbalance in something going on within your gut, and you might not even have symptoms that we think of like diarrhea, constipation, gassiness, bloating. It can be vague things like fatigue and brain fog, and then the ripple effect on hormones.
Hmm.
And so there really is this like we get to go to the foundation. Same with thyroid stuff. If your
Hmm.
thyroid is crashed or Hashimoto's or Graves, we want to go to the gut. Okay.
Yep,
What
absolutely.
about, yeah. And we're going to talk about the trifecta program today, which is really a phase one. It's a touch
Cool.
on gut. But
Hmm.
really, one thing to know is if you're really going to do a deep dive into gut support, it needs time. On average, how much time would you say to really help someone recover any gut dysbiosis?
6 to 9 months,
Yeah. Yeah.
typically. Yeah, yeah. And another symptom I'll mention too is sometimes skin. Skin will kind of be related to
Yeah.
the gut too sometimes. So,
Totally.
so many different things.
Yeah.
But
So psoriasis, eczema, rashes,
mhm,
hives. Okay. What about in your experience, why is a personalized approach to nutrition and supplementation so important, especially for women? navigating busy lives and hormonal shifts, and just to kind of touch on this idea of functional nutrition.
Mhm.
And I love, I said we courted one another for a good 4 months before I hired you to make sure we're
Yeah.
on the same page. Nobody who comes in to receive support from us is getting a cookie cut or anything.
Mm-mm.
And so explain why we do it that way.
Yeah. So, individualized approach, key, key, because it's important to know that something that may work for someone else may not work for you. And
Hmm.
we want to base it on what your body's doing and how it's reacting. And that's why we use a lot of functional tests with that. And the word functional is kind of thrown about, but I always think of it as like it takes into account all of the things. It's not a one size fits all. It takes into account how your body is working because nothing's in a bubble. It's not like your thyroid's over here and your sex hormones are over here and your gut's over there. So we want to take into account all of the communication. So an individualized approach actually can really help you. And I see it just from clients and people of the frustration. Like their friend is like, try this supplement. Oh my gosh, it's the best, right? It made me feel so much better. And then they try it and it's frustrating to kind of go through that rigmarole of, okay, I bought another thing.
Hmm.
And what can be kind of part of that aspect of maybe, it's not the same. And if we're not kind of taking a closer look or testing, is that inadvertently it also might throw something else off. And you just don't know that.
Yeah.
And there's always this kind of like risky part, or maybe a missing piece that I always really love to help people look at and discover and just put it all together. So
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
I encompassed all of that.
Yeah. It's so important. I love that you're highlighting even what worked for your friend might not work for you, and to
Yeah.
go, well, of course, you're a unique, dynamic individual. And I think sometimes in Western medicine, we've like, go to your cardiologist for that, and go to your endocrinologist for that,
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
gastroenterologist for that. And we're kind of, organs don't work in silos.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, there's this interconnectedness. And so, yes, for those of you, we will talk about the trifecta today, but anybody who ends up saying yes, you get one-on-one time with Katie, and she's awesome. And, just to make sure that you get a real personalized approach. Yeah. Katie, anything else you want to add? I know that you've got a call coming up.
Do you have a call coming up? I'm always just so excited to do this work because I think it's so impactful. And the more you get to know about yourself and your body, it makes you a better just advocate for yourself and a better understanding person of yourself of like, man,
Hmm.
why does this look this way? And that can be so frustrating. And
Yeah.
I always go, oh gosh, if you kind of know more things and can put those pieces together just about you, it makes it so, so much more easier to address things, especially in the future too.
Yeah. It's so good. And just
Yeah.
to go, even if you feel like you've tried all the things, it's so fun when women come in and receive from us and they're like, I had someone yesterday was like, oh, I get it. I've been seeing nutritionists and Katie's a dietitian and she really uncovered stuff that has never really been addressed. So even if you're that one that you're like, I've tried it, tried it, tried it, I'm telling you, this is different. And Katie, you and I have worked together for 3, 4 years.
I
I don't
think
even
3 or 4
know.
years now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to look back myself.
it's it's good. Okay, everybody put in the chat. Thanks, Katie. Thank you,
Thanks, Katie.
Katie.
Thank you,
We appreciate
guys.
you. Put it in the chat. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. And we're going to bring Krista on later today. And Katie, I know you've got a call. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thanks,
Krista's coming
guys.
on.
See
Shanae
you
saying
later.
thank you. Race is saying
Yay.
thank you, Katie.
Oh my
Thank you,
gosh.
Katie.
So lovely. I'll see you guys later.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. You're awesome. Everybody say thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Put it in the chat. And I'm seeing many of you with your video off. I really encourage you to turn your video on. Even if you're multitasking, even if you're eating a meal, even if you're driving, it just brings you more present. And when you're more present, your receivership is more potent and we get to have a more authentic interaction. So I really encourage you to turn your video on. Okay, so right now, take a pause for just a moment. There's a reason why I call this pause. Because the truth is, we don't need more information. We're bombarded with information everywhere we look, right? Online, in conversations, even in our own thoughts. The monkey mind, Rob. The problem isn't lack of knowledge, it's lack of better knowledge, right? Out of the sick care system and out of like, what can we Google? What can we chat GPT? Out of asking our doctors that have almost no training in nutrition or a holistic approach. And instead, it's about applying the knowledge to yourself, to you as a unique and individual human being, right? To be able to honor um, you so that you don't feel dismissed, you feel honored. And it's easy to keep searching for answers or hoping the next bit of advice will change everything. It worked for her. But deep down, you know, this isn't about more tips or tricks or quick fixes, right? It's about really pausing, right? Really getting honest with yourself and deciding that you're ready to apply what you've learned, right? Today's starting to really go, this is about transformation, transforming the knowledge into action, into something real and personal. And so I want you to stop and just reflect and ask yourself, what do I need to do to shift from feeling fine and instead feel vibrant? Because action, not more information, is what you'll get, right? So let's take the first step and think about yesterday. We unpacked your self assessment of, oh, there's some awareness of where kind of like celebrating and also not so great. And today to kind of unpack this interconnectedness, to go, oh, wow, I can see the ripple effect. And allow yourself to ask yourself, what do I need? Okay. So, just once again, to kind of hone in on these 6 areas that keep a woman in fine, hopefully, you've been taking some notes, right? So, once again, we've got energy, confidence, community, libido, vision, and hormones, right? You've got this visual in your workbook. And allow yourself to take some notes. I want to give one more example that kind of helps kind of solidify it. And it's this idea of a house, okay? So, building on the dismantling of fine, instead, we want a strong foundation. Okay. So, let me just kind of unpack this a little bit. And what I want you to have is like a beautifully built house, right? A house that feels good to come into, a house that can be welcoming for your family and your community. And for that house to feel like a true home, every part must work together harmoniously. So, the hormones are the foundation. If they're out of balance, everything else feels shaky, right? So, exhaustion, mood swings, hot flashes, self doubt all stem from here, even pain and frequent injuries and insomnia. The foundation is unstable. You can't build a house on that, right? Think about energy. Think of that as the electricity. It powers everything. If you're constantly drained, it's like living in a house with flickering lights. You can't fully function and you feel drained and you suffer from overwhelm. You get headaches and brain fog. Think about it being in a house with those flickering lights. It like thinks I just thinking of it makes me feel like I'm gonna have a headache or some brain fog, right? So we go back to this visual of, yeah, what is going on? How's the electricity in my home? How's the foundation? We look at libido. Think of that in the fire in the hearth. It's not just about intimacy, it's about your zest for life. When this dims, your house might feel cold, uninviting, disconnected, alone, uninspired. Often a woman will feel unclear on her purpose or her vision, right? And then we have confidence. It's the decor of the home. Without it, you're hiding your brilliance, right? Lack of confidence makes it hard to feel worthy, to stand tall, and to own your space. It's drab. No one wants to go in. You're embarrassed to invite people over. right? So then you hide and you become more alone. We don't want to live in a dorm room. We want a beautiful home with great decor. And then we look at community, right? What part of the house is community? I'm curious, just put it in the chat. What part of the house do you think might be community? If you just took a guess. I call it the heart of the home. It's kind of a tough one. These are the spaces where connection happens. Yeah, the kitchen, totally, right? It's the place where we are all gather. It's maybe your living room or your dining room or your kitchen. It's the heart of the home. And without this place, these spaces where connection really happens, your house feels empty and your house feels lonely. So community is the heart of the home. And so if you just think through, right, okay, what part of my home is missing? And how does it feel in my life? This place, this body that I spend my life in. Vision, I think of that as the blueprint, the future plans. Without a clear vision, your house remains unfinished with no direction for growth. It gets outdated and worn down, right? The landscaping becomes all med. My dog's going in and out, bringing it all in. It feels uninspiring. It feels old. It feels outdated. That's not what we want. We want to keep our vision active and alive and refreshed, right? So now think about your own house. Which part feels neglected right now? Is it your foundation? Your energy? Type it in the chat. Is it electricity? Is the fire in the hearth gone out? Is there no heat? Is it the decor? Is it the rooms? Is it the blueprint? I'm seeing vision. What else? What part of your house is missing? There's no heat. Yeah, there's no heat. The plumbing. What part of that? What part was the plumbing? Wait, Krista, what connection do you make with plumbing in this analogy? Do you think of that as energy or hormones or libido or confidence or vision or community? What part is the plumbing? I imagine it'd kind of be like the electricity,
I'm thinking
vision and energy. What?
digestion
The
and
what?
digestion and movement of things through.
Totally. I can't flush the toilet. Stuff isn't moving. We're getting better though. Your digestion's a lot better than it was 4 years ago. Okay. So if we connect the dots, and then I'm excited to bring Krista on too. You guys all get to meet Krista. Um, okay. What is I mean, you say, I see that you're lost. Confidence in the house again. Yeah. I'm so glad that you asked. Okay. So confidence is the decor, right? Have you put things on the walls? Do you love the pillows in your couches, right? Are you hiding your brilliance? You have this beautiful home, but it's empty, right? Lack of confidence makes it hard to feel worthy. Yeah. Okay, confidence, clutter. The house just feels cluttered. Right. It just all feels like a mess. And when it all feels like a mess, we don't even know where to start. I don't know if the foundation is good. I can't get to the lights. I can't get there, right? So if we connect the dots, um, your vibrancy is all of it. All of it is tied together. So it's those 6 areas that keep the vibrancy alive. Okay, so here's the reality. When one part of the house is off, it ripples through everything else. Okay. A crack in the foundation, like unbalanced hormones, can then lead to lights flickering, i.e., low energy. A cold hearth, no heat, i.e., low libido. And even unfinished decor, low confidence, right? Because we don't have the energy to even think about decorating or painting the walls, right? So if we make this personal, think about how low energy impacts you. It's not just about being tired. It's the snap at your kids because you're running on empty, or at your husband, or at a coworker, or at a family member. It's the moment you avoid intimacy with your partner because you feel too drained, or you sit on the sidelines while your children play at the park and you miss out on those memories and those opportunities. It's the foggy brain at work when you need to show up as a leader. And here's the kicker, fine is not enough, right? Fine is surviving, it's not thriving. So how many of you are tired of saying, I'm fine? Type in the chat, no more fine. No more fine. 4-letter word, no more fine. Put it in the chat. No more fine. Yes, no more fine. And let's talk about what staying in fine is costing you, right? Fatigue is more than tiredness. It's stealing your joy, your ability to connect deeply with your loved ones, your presence in moments that matter. Hormonal imbalance doesn't just cause mood swings, it chips away at your confidence and makes you question your worth. And when you're stuck in survival mode, your dreams get smaller. You see how they're all interconnected. You stop imagining what's possible because you're too busy just getting through the day. And the hard truth is, without health, nothing else works. You can't be the mom, the partner, the leader, the community member you want to be if your body and your mind are running on empty. And there's different degrees of this. Okay, we're not looking for fine. You look at that assessment at the beginning, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, not enough. Okay, 8 out of 10 is a 2 in disguise. So think about the examples we're setting for our children. They won't just hear our words, they'll mirror our actions. And when we show them a life of fine, they learn to settle. But when we embody vitality, they learn to thrive. So I love seeing all the no more fine in the chat. Yes, yes. So how do we shift? It starts with acknowledging the signs, getting honest with ourselves. Tired isn't normal. Brain fog isn't normal. Mood swings aren't normal, right? Even if you've gone to your provider and they said, oh, everything looks fine. These are all red flags that something needs attention. We get to be in the place of self-advocacy and say, no, I'm not going belly up to just fine. We begin by addressing the foundation, our hormones, because our hormonal health is the key to everything else. Energy, libido, confidence, connection, vision, right? When your foundation is strong, the electricity flows, the fire burns, the decor shines. The rooms are filled with love, and your vision expands, and you've got a long-lasting home. So here's what I want you to reflect on. What do you want? What do you need? What would really make the difference? What would really make the difference? What do you want to change in how you feel? Put it in the chat. What do you wish was different? I see I want to start walking and eat right. Right. For what purpose? What do you wish was different in how you feel and how you show up in your life, in your energy, in your sleep, in all the things that impact your hormones, in your relationships, in your confidence? What do you wish was different? So I see I want to feel alive. I hate just going through the motions. Yeah. What do you want? What do you wish was different to be healthy for my kids and husband? Yeah. And then ask yourself, what will that provide? What will that provide for me? What will it provide for them? Perpetual positivity. Yeah. To be able to say, oh, I can catch myself. It's not just what I do, it's how I do what I do. And I want to move into seeing the glass as half full. Yes. I want to have my happiness back. Yeah. Being alive and focused. No more brain fog. Yes, absolutely. So tomorrow we're going to unpack the specific trifecta, so to speak, that influence your energy, your hormones, and your libido, right? And then cascade into your confidence, your vision, your community. And those are going to be adrenals, thyroid, and hormones. So we're going to really unpack some specifics tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. And for today, I want to take a moment to just imagine your house fully aligned and to go, all right, these things that I really want to feel different, I want to see shift, to go, yeah, let's do that. All right. So who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to the woman who's here because life has been relentless, work, motherhood, entrepreneurship, always juggling, always running, but deep down, you know there's more waiting for you. A version of yourself filled with energy and confidence and vitality and answers. When you pause, you create space, space for more than the daily grind. And right now, this moment is for the woman who craves a spectacular, vibrant existence, the woman who wants more energy, better sleep, answers to hormonal challenges, an ignited libido, deep connection, unshakable confidence, to see the glass as half full and have hope again. You want a clear and expansive vision for your future and personalized support outside of the mainstream medical approach you've received, and it's left you feeling dismissed, right? Maybe you're navigating perimenopause or menopause, feeling like you're losing touch with yourself, or maybe you're keeping up appearances, growing the business, showing up for everyone else, but underneath something feels off. You're snapping at your team or your family, your libido feels flat. You've noticed the irritability, the sleepless nights, the weight gain, the thinning hair, right? The going, I don't recognize myself in the mirror. This is not what I thought it would look like at this age. The exhaustion, the overworking, the restrictive diets, the loneliness. Maybe you're relying on meds and you're going, I don't want to be on these meds. These are not the answers. And maybe you're like, yeah, I'm okay on this hormone replacement therapy, but I want another answer. I want to get to the root cause. And let's be honest, many of you are carrying all of this alone. But here's the truth, you don't have to do it alone anymore. Okay. When game changing women like you prioritize their well being, everything shifts. When you let go of mediocre health care, mainstream prescriptions, and start focusing on foundational health, you transform. You feel hot, happy, and vibrant, not just changing your body, but how you feel in it. And so now I invite you to make space, to say, I let go of fine. And I step into the vibrant, powerful woman that I know I'm destined to be. If you've tried everything and still feel stuck in fine, this is your moment to say, I'm so glad I'm here in this pause event. I'm going to show up for the days and I'm moving towards something different. Okay, so put in the chat feeling stuck. Put in the chat feeling stuck. I'm feeling stuck. Yeah, feeling stuck. Yeah. And we could take a moment to reflect on why you're here. You're busy, balancing work, family commitments, everything in between. But you're also here because something inside you is saying, I'm ready for more. For so many women, that voice often gets buried under the noise of life. But here's the truth. Ignoring it only delays the spectacular life you know you're capable of living. So today, I'm here to remind you, this is your time to pause, reflect, and take action towards creating the vibrant, fulfilled life that you actually deserve. And like I said, you're going to be hearing from women for the rest of the time that we are here in this workshop together and hearing their examples. So you can say, if she did, I did, in your own version of it. So how many of you have told yourselves, I'll deal with it later? It's easy to brush it aside, right? And then we get to go, how's that working out for you? Are you thriving or are you surviving? Maybe you're waking up tired, battling weight gain, brain fog, noticing your confidence slipping as your body changes. Or maybe it's the relationship strain, the sleepless nights, the anxiety that won't go away. The loneliness does not have to continue, right? These aren't isolated issues. They're all connected. Your hormones, your energy, your vitality, they're the foundation of everything. And so we go, what's been my struggle? And put it in the chat. Once again, what's been my struggle? Is it fatigue, mood swings, weight gain, hot flashes? What's been your struggle? Why did you come here? Why did you register for this event? To say, yes, I'm going to take the pause, put it in the chat. What has been your struggle? Fatigue, weight gain. Yeah. Yeah. Can't lose weight. Yeah. What else? And just what I'm going to say is you just stay in the room. Each day, we're going to unpack this more. Tomorrow, we'll go through the hormones, the adrenals, the thyroid, so potent. My decor sucks, apparently. Fatigue, brain fog, feeling always tired, can't lose weight. Yeah, can't lose weight. Got it. Right? And we're just at the beginning of this workshop. We're on day 2, right? I've got 7 days for you guys, always tired. Got it. So this is exactly why I created the Women's Vibrancy Accelerator Trifecta. I know that we're at the beginning of the workshop, but many of you are wondering, what if I want to say yes? Like, what do you offer? And so I want to be clear early on at the beginning of the workshop so that you have time to really sift through it all and go, oh, yeah, I want that. and give you space to ask your questions. So the Women's Vibrancy Accelerator Trifecta, I set up to help women like you regain your energy, balance your hormones, and feel confident, powerful, and alive again. It's a 90-day journey designed to get to the root cause of what's holding you back and create personalized, sustainable solutions. You heard me and Katie talk about personalized. It's important. Okay. So there's a few key components. Number one is functional medicine testing. Okay. We start with the Dutch Plus test. You're going to learn more about what that is tomorrow, and a comprehensive thyroid panel to uncover what's really happening with your hormones, your adrenals, your thyroid, and your inflammation. And yes, I cover the cost to give you that personalized support. And then Katie and I both review it. You have one-on-one time with both of us. So, second piece, like I said, is personalized support. You'll have 2 one-on-one calls to create a customized plan tailored to your body's unique needs. And that's with me and then Katie, who you met over 90 days. We review the labs, we go over your initial questionnaire, your food diary, and hear your voice in your specific scenario, because you have ongoing support in the midst of these 90 days, where there's twice a month live Q&A calls. You can ask the questions in advance or live. And so you're getting that perpetual hand-holding and support. And on top of that, there are key modules that keep you supported every step of the way, so that you have the education, the integration, and you'll learn after we talk about it, but the absorption and the assimilation, as we will discuss later in the week, right? And let's not forget the team behind this program. So you're going to meet Aaliyah later. You're meeting Krista in a few minutes. I'm going to bring her on. They'll be with you to ensure that you're seen and heard and cared for every step of the way. And to say, what would it feel like to wake up 90 days from now with energy and clarity and a plan that actually works, right? To feel energized and confident. So it's an offer that's worth $9,500. I price it at $5,500. But for the women attending pause right now, you get to receive the experience at $4,200. Okay. And yes, you can use your HSA funds. People always ask that. Oh, and then also, I didn't mention, if you say yes before February 5th, I'm gifting another one-on-one call with me, as well as a virtual VIP day for the women that are able to say yes swiftly. So team, if you can put the link, I'm going to grab the link too, but let's put the link in the chat so that you have it. You're able to take a peek, ask your questions, reach out to concierge support, and just to be able to say right up front, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't have the time. Okay. This program is designed to simplify your life, not add to it. Okay. And I go, what's the alternative? Continuing to push through exhaustion and irritability and feeling like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, right? Continuing to be your own expert, wasting time with the same providers that have left you longing for more? No. People say, what about cost? Well, here's the thing. Investing in your health gives you the greatest ROI of anything that you can invest in, meaning return on investment. Your relationships, your career, your joy. The cost of not taking action is far greater. Women will say, how do I know this will work? This program combines 20 plus years of experience, cutting edge functional medicine tests, a proven track record of women just like you reclaiming their vitality, and experts that are at top of their field. Okay. But don't just take it from me. You're going to hear from real women as they share their real experiences over the week. And also on the replay page, there's those testimonials. Listen to them, celebrate them, take them seriously. And let me ask, what's one thing you're currently spending money or time on that isn't moving the needle on your health? Type it in the chat. Gym membership, supplements, something else. We get to go, right. Where can I move the needle in where I'm investing in myself? If we really prioritize it, we always are able to find it. Okay. So imagine this. It's 3 months from now. You wake up feeling refreshed, energized, and excited for the day ahead. Your hormones are balanced. I see supplements. Totally. How much time do we waste money on supplements? I call it expensive urine. Right. Do you wake up feeling refreshed, energized, excited for the day ahead? What if? What if your hormones were balanced and your libido was alive and you felt confident in your skin and your relationships felt more connected, and your creativity was flowing, and your career was thriving because you stopped holding back. And that fatigue and the brain fog no longer had the grip. This isn't just about your health, it's about transforming your life. Right? When your energy is restored, your clarity returns and your vision expands and everything becomes possible. You stop surviving and start taking action, and you start thriving. So you get to imagine, what if? What if 3 months from now, everything changed? So once again, the Women's Vibrancy Accelerator Trifecta is valued at $9,500. I usually charge $5,500, but right now I'm charging $4,200, and I'm gifting the virtual VIP day and the extra call with me, which makes it a $13,000 offer, but I'm offering it at $4,200. Yes, payment plans are an option. And just keep in mind, you've got to say yes by February 5th. Okay. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this may be it. You tried quick fixes and band-aids, and now it's time for something real, something that works. Okay, so you get to take the step. Visit the link. There's on there, you can book a call with me if you have questions. I've opened up calls just for you guys to be able to go, here's what's coming up for me. Here's the questions. Okay, I want to bring Krista on before we run out of time. Krista, can somebody find her and spotlight her, pretty please? I can also look too. Krista. There she is. Hi.
Hello.
Okay. I put together a fun bio for you because I actually get to
Oh
introduce
my
you.
goodness.
So what's really fun, you guys, is Krista was a client of mine for 3 years. She's come to 3 retreats and now she's inside. So let me pull up your bio. Okay.
I'm interested to hear it.
So I said, Krista is not just a member of our team. She's a living, breathing example of what's possible when you prioritize yourself, your health, and your vitality. Krista was a part of my year-long program for 3 years and has attended 3 of our retreats. She's experienced firsthand the transformation that happens when you say yes to yourself. Her journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. And today she serves as our community support coordinator. So for any of you that say yes to the trifecta, you get to receive from Katie and Krista, and you'll meet Aaliyah later on. And you get to work closely with the women in this program, as well as with Krista, as she's there to support you. And she's there to ensure that you feel seen and heard and fully supported. She knows the struggles and breakthroughs and the joy that comes on the other side of saying yes. And she's here to share her journey with you and why she's so passionate about helping women like you step into your power. So, Krista, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Can you just start out by sharing a little bit about your journey before you joined the Women's Vibrancy Code, which is my year-long program. I haven't even talked about that yet. But what were you struggling with? What led you to say yes to yourself and take that first step?
Yeah, so I had quite a history of some medical issues that were undiagnosed. We had done all the different tests, and I had everything from muscle weakness and a lot of chronic pain, muscle pain, joint pain, endometriosis, was on hormones that had suppressed my whole system, which was giving me other symptoms that I didn't appreciate, and anxiety and depression and no libido, and bloating, and a lot of digestive issues as well. So pain in and around the belly. So right when I was doing this version of like a workshop that Maraya was doing, I was at the point where I couldn't wear pants most days because it hurt too bad. Um, so yeah, I decided to say yes because I was just fed up. I was angry with my situation, and I just said enough.
Yeah.
And somebody else had asked me if I would be okay feeling that way for another year. Or if in a year's time I was feeling the same as I was at that moment, would that be okay with me? And the answer was no. So I took a
Yeah.
leap of faith and here we are. I
It's
don't
such
even
a
know
great
how many years
question.
later.
I
Four.
know. But it's really a potent question for everyone to ask yourself. If you went a year from now and nothing changed, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. You've obviously had an incredible transformation. Can you just highlight what are some of the powerful changes you experienced, whether it was your health, your energy, your confidence, your relationships, your libido, all the stuff that you've already described as your starting point? And then how did the program and the team of support help you get there?
Yeah. So the support from you and the team and was so incredible. So really dived into like the diet and got onto an anti-inflammatory diet, which took away my bloating. And so I had instantly, well, I say instantly, it within the first kind of 3 months. So I chose to jump in on the diet for a 3-month trial and have never gone off because I had some quick wins relatively in the right, right. Like nothing's instant tomorrow, but in 3 months, that's a pretty big win to have my bloating gone and to lose a couple pounds and to have more energy and to have chronic pain pretty much under control. Was huge. And then stepping the next step, we did looked at the hormones and I got off of that pill and then work to having regular cycles and understanding my cycle and not being in excruciating pain and giving grace when it is my bleeding time and um, then just working with the group and getting connected with other people, confidence and trying new things and becoming what I call woo woo and um which I was like so scientific before. So yeah, just growth and
Yeah.
exploration and all the things.
So much change. I remember when you started, you were on multiple meds that you had been told you'd be on for the rest of your life. And in that moment when we popped on the call and you said, I'm off all meds,
Mhm.
it's like, man, there's such a huge impact in the long run to what you shifted to be able to have that real personalized approach and to feel held and create changes. And I heard nutrition changes and supplement changes, but then there was the ripple effect of all the other changes, and then it almost was like career stuff and changes in how you exist in your world. It's so good. Anything else you want to add about the program itself, or Katie or me or the group calls?
It just all feeds in together, right? So from the individual modules that you can work through on your own times and having some time to digest that on your own, and to just learn about yourself and things that as a woman I was never taught about my own body, to the individual support with Maraya and Katie. And I did a GI map as well. So Katie and Maraya were able to really get deep and dig into those personalizations there,
Mhm.
um, as well as the Dutch Plus test that Maraya has mentioned and we'll go into more detail about. And then, yeah, the community support. And that's one of the biggest pieces for me. And so that's why I'm so excited to come in with what my journey has been, and my journey continues. I think our journey is, we're always on a journey, but to be able to support other women as they, or anyone in Mariah's programming. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so now you are, I have to remember, we came up with such a good title, the Community Support Coordinator. So
Yeah.
good. Give me an idea. You're part of the team now. And so I'm curious, what's your hope for the women who say yes? Right. So far, I've opened up spaces during this event. They have till February 5th to say, yes, I'm ready for the trifecta. How do you see yourself supporting them on their journey to reclaim their vitality?
So really just being here as a support for whatever, meeting them where they need. So for some, that's a little bit more touch points or helping them find content within the online system or helping point them to information that might be helpful for them. Maybe it's just a bit of a sounding board if experiencing things or needing help if to book an appointment to get that one-on-one support with Maraya, or maybe it's connecting with somebody else that's in the programming that you might be able to have a tea date with that can provide that extra support. So I don't really
Yeah.
know exactly what it is, and it's just figuring it out as we go for the
Totally.
individual
Totally.
person. And
It really is.
yeah,
I'm remembering there was one call where I realized, oh, three of the women were all lawyers and they were all in different geographies. It's like, hey, there we go, three of you. Like, why don't you connect outside of
right?
this? And
Yeah,
and I remember that time when they, because you're in Canada and Sherry was in Canada and you posted the
yeah,
picture. You guys had met at like a Starbucks or something in the middle of who knows where.
yeah,
You'd met on this Zoom and then here you
yeah.
are meeting up. There's such a great ripple effect, and the women are so lucky to receive from you because you know the program so well and you've received all of it
Yeah.
for 3 full years. So, really, truly, for those of you that say yes, you're going to have the modules, you're going to have the twice a month Q&As, you're going to have one-on-one time with me and with Katie, and we're going to order those functional tests. You're also going to have Krista there to support you every step of the way. And then, like I said, later on, you'll meet Aaliyah. Krista, anything else that you want to add?
No, I think that's good. And I unfortunately have to run, but just
Mhm.
sending love and appreciation to everybody that's
Yeah.
on the call or listening later on, and just grateful that you're taking this time for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if it's simply pause, that's spectacular too. Thank you, Krista. And like I said at the beginning, I'm going to go a little bit late today because I really wanted to make sure to bring both Krista and Katie in and not miss anything. So I'll probably go another 5 minutes and then we'll be done too. So Krista, thanks for sharing your heart and your story. And ladies, as you just heard, this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing experience with the support of myself and Katie and Krista and community and Aaliyah, whom you'll meet. And you're not just stepping into a plan, you're stepping into a community that's committed to your transformation. And you get to become part of it to cheer on the other women. And it could be just the beginning, right? The trifecta is phase one of making that decision to say yes. This could be the decision that changes the trajectory of your life. So instead of saying a year down the road, nothing has changed, instead to put that stake in the sand and say, it is time, right? So we have 5 more days together. And I also want to be clear early on for those of you that are already wondering, so you know what options may look like. So if you're ready for the trifecta, great. You're welcome to book a call. The link is in the chat. You're welcome to grab it. Watch the replays. For those of you watching the replay, you'll see the link there. Ask your questions, text, email, reach out to the team. We're all here to support you as you're sifting through the decision. And it's your opportunity to invest in yourself, to say yes to your health and your energy and your vibrancy. And don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until it's too late. You deserve the transformation. And I would love to walk this journey with you. Remember that you have until February 5th with the incredible bonus. It's discounted pricing, the added VIP day, and the added call with me. Like I said, it's a substantial offer that's exceptionally discounted, and you get to still have the amazing experience. Okay. So, homework. Let's do a share screen. If anybody likes to do the homework, if you're a homework kind of person on the workbook. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Let me go back. Can you guys see that? The homework? Put it in the chat if you can see the homework. Put homework in the chat if you can see it. Did the share screen work? Homework. Okay, good. Thanks. So, what is one area you can really see that is keeping yourself in fine and it's time to change? Please email it to admin@marayabrown.com. It really makes a difference to declare it right? Don't just keep it inside. It's important that you've written down, right? And you're in this place of self-awareness, but also to make the declaration. And it also helps us keep this. So especially in preparation for the Q&A day, the more I know about what's going on and what are the real things with this group, these 300 of you that have registered for this workshop, there's generally themes. So the more I know what it is and we can keep track of that, it really helps to fine tune the Q&A day. And if you have specific questions that you want to make sure are covered on Q&A, send those into Concierge. Send in your labs. Like, we're going to have time to really make sure we can give you some personalized approach. And I just want to say out loud that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up for yourself. And thank you for trusting in me on this journey. Yep. Of course, we're going to come back tomorrow, and I like to end with a guided meditation. So for those of you that need to go or it's not the right time to do a guided meditation, totally get it. But also just to go, all right, we get to kind of close this out. In the right beforehand, make sure to come back. We'll be live every day, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Replays are always available, right? And the replays will be up, but the offer is good till February 5th. Okay. Take a nice deep breath, right? And just allow yourself to take the pause. Okay, you're welcome to turn your video off if you want. And just allow yourself to land. Okay, but I do ask that you turn off the noise, the multitasking. Can you step into a room and close the door and take a moment to ground ourselves and connect with everything we've explored today? Right? If you can stand up or sit tall, whatever it is, planting your feet firmly on the ground, whatever feels really comfortable and grounded, present in your body, and feel the earth beneath you, supporting you. If you'd like, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, a nourishing breath, and slowly let it out through your mouth. And as you breathe, imagine yourself standing in the foundation of your life, your well-being. See your hormones as steady pillars, holding you strong and grounded, giving you the stability that you need to thrive. With each inhale, feel that sense of balance growing stronger within you. And if it feels far-fetched, just allow yourself to try. Feel your breath. And now visualize energy flowing through you like a vibrant river, lighting up your body from head to toe. This energy fuels your passion, your creativity, your purpose. And as you breathe deeply, imagine this energy replenishing every part of you, leaving you feeling alive, vibrant, and ready to embrace life. Turn inward for a moment and notice the fire within you. This is your life force, your zest for living. Feel its warmth in your core, representing your creativity, your joy, and the spark that connects you to the world. That possibility, if it's not there now, it can be with the right support. And you being willing to raise your hand and say, I'm ready to receive. With every breath, feel the fire burn brighter, the possibility of awakening with passion, not just for intimacy, but for living fully. And now see yourself standing tall, radiating confidence. You walk into rooms with an unshakable presence, fully expressed and deeply aligned with who you are. Picture this version of you, vibrant, strong, magnetic. The version of you that you thought you would be at this point in your life. And to say it is possible. And finally, imagine the people in your life, your community. See yourself surrounded by those who lift you up, encourage you, and remind you of what's possible. Feel the warmth of their presence and the power of being truly supported. Above it all, see your vision, your vibrant, healthy, joyful future. Clear and tangible before you if you allow yourself to claim it and say, the thing I have been asking for is right here. What if I get out of my own way and I prioritize myself and I invest in myself with time and energy and money and believe in the possibility? And take another deep breath in, holding on to this vision of what's possible for you. And take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered today. To ask yourself, what's an area of my life that feels ready for transformation? Your hormones, your energy, your libido, your confidence, your community, your vision, and to see the ripple effect of when one changes, how the others are impacted. And where are you ready to move out of fine and step into vibrant living? So if you allow yourself, go ahead and open your eyes and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Come back to this moment. And I want you to drop it in the chat. What are you ready for? If you reflect, what's the area of your life that you feel ready to transform? Allow yourself to share it. Allow yourself to claim it, to declare it, to say, I am worth this and I want this. And I'm not okay feeling fine. And so go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat. For those that are driving, maybe you can pull over and put it in the chat, or even unmute yourself and just say it out loud. My vision for my future. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing homework in the chat. Yeah. From earlier. And just put it in the chat. Drop your response. Claim it. And if you're watching the replay, if you're on Facebook, put it in the comments. If you're watching the replay, email it, text it, claim it. And I just want to say thank you again for sharing so openly, because it's the first step towards transformation. We get to acknowledge what needs your attention and allow yourself to dream bigger, not just keep it to yourself. Like I hate that people say, blow out your birthday candles, but don't tell anybody your wish. No, we get to surround ourselves with people who want to enhance that wish and claim it, say it in the community of individuals that all want to rise. So today we've unpacked the interconnectedness of these areas, right? Your hormones, your energy, your confidence, and how they ripple into every part of your life. We've shown a light on how burnout, brain fog, and loneliness, irritability, low libido aren't just random occurrences. They're signals. Signals from your body asking for your attention, for you to pause, listen, and act. And let remind you of this. Being fine is not enough. Imagine your life as a beautifully built house, right? Tomorrow, we take this journey deeper. We'll dive into the practical side, right? We're going to dig into hormones and adrenals and thyroid and specific steps with nutrition and supplementation and helping you understand the various symptoms that will show up. But tonight, I want you to reflect on this. What does your body need from you right now? Where can you create space for your vitality? And take a moment to journal and sit with these thoughts before you rest tonight. Yeah. And just to thank yourself for making this a priority. And if this resonates with you, I invite you to lean in fully, commit to the next 6 days live, and share the experience with a friend. You're welcome to share this with anyone and everyone. And there's power in showing up. Even if you're here watching the replay, there's power in how you're showing up for yourself. And like I said, the Women's Vibrancy Accelerator trifecta is your opportunity to make the changes you've been longing for, to step out of fine and into vibrant. The link, if you can put it in the chat one more time, grab the link, explore it, book a call if you have questions, reach out to concierge support. Aaliyah, Raisa, Krista, they're there every step of the way to support you. And keep in mind, by February 15th, if you say yes, there's discounted pricing, the extra VIP day and the extra hour with me. So it ends up being 3 hours over 3 months of personalized handholding plus the 2 live Q&As every single month and the modules. Okay, so you're worth it. You're worth the time, you're worth the investment, and you're worth the care. We get to step into the next chapter together. And so I want to say thank you again for being here. Thank you to Katie. Thank you to Krista. Thank you to Aaliyah. And yeah, I see my vision for the future. Totally, totally, totally. You're welcome. See you tomorrow.